Hello, sweet souls. How are you? How are you doing? How are you feeling? How is your heart? And how is your body? How is the vessel that hosts your soul? I am so glad to come in with another resonance message. And this one has a little bit of a story in it, a revealing story. The main message is you are the antidote to living in love and not lack. It's a longer message. But before I get into it, I want to say hi. I'm Maggie. I'm a storyteller, a ritualist, and a soul teacher. I help you embody the love, the frequency of your soul, such that you can call in all that you seek. And I actually have a free workshop on how to do that linked in the description. It's called You Are Your Soulmate. So feel free to go download it later. Okay, you are the antidote to living in love, not lack. That's a weighty message. It's a heavy message. And I wanted to explore it this week because it actually came up in an event that I was in earlier in the week. And all of us were rooting into some wisdom, some own particular wisdom of each of our relationship journeys in this event. And I kind of rooted into this message and then it wouldn't leave me, right? So I want to explore this message, explore how living from love and not lack is essential to being the love and calling in the love that you seek. And I'm going to do it by telling you a story. Hopefully it's one that you will be able to resonate with, but we shall see, right? So much of this planet lives in scarcity. Most of this planet lives in scarcity. And some of it is forced upon people, and some of it is just embodied. It is a type of fear that everything will disappear tomorrow, that you won't have enough, that you don't have enough. And let me be very candid with you. That may be true to some extent in the third dimension right now, right? I get it. So many of us live in lack because indeed there is lack, a lack mentality. And it's modeled across all of our systems, right? All of these made up systems that humanity put together to try and bring order to this universe. And yet, once we transcend the wound of scarcity, the wound of lack, so much of this world will change for so many people. And the antidote, the revealing, the wisdom, the answer to that is you. You are the antidote to transcending lack. Specifically, I want to kind of apply this message to relationships because I was at an event earlier this week and it was all about relationships. There's a small group of us and we're all speaking and learning and sharing everything about our relationship and dating journey. And I was called to that event for some very specific reasons, which I won't go into, but at the end of the event, we were invited to share our surprises, what was revealed after the course of our time together. And I'm sharing it because scarcity and lack is very alive in the nature of our relationships today. And when we got around to me in the session, I said, and I'm going to be very honest here, I said that in the course of my dating, I've noticed a shift for what I think is the better. And it's likely because the soul now, my soul leads as much of my life as possible, right? When I feel safe, when I feel whole, which is now most of the time. But in the session, I said, in dating, I have typically held on to people for much longer than I needed to, right? I used to not want to release people. I used to worry that there wouldn't be someone better than the person that was before me. And I don't mean better like better. I mean better for me, okay? And over the course of many years of dating now, I have come to the realization that I held on to people because I believed there was not enough. I believed in the myth of scarcity. I believed in the myth of lack, right? And all is allowed. No judgment or less judgment about that. Certainly, there's still a part of me that judges me for believing that there's not enough. Because now that I live from the soul, like everything just arrives and finds me when I need it. I am eternally resourced. It's wild how everything just shows up. And yet, in that moment, I said, this was my belief, right? My belief was that I couldn't let someone go, even when I knew they weren't for me, even when I knew that I wasn't for them, even when I knew that this relationship was going to end at some point. I held on to them so tightly, right? For lots of reasons. And what I realized, what I verbalized in that session was the antidote to breaking free from that scarcity thinking was realizing how whole I was right here. Realizing that I am the love that I seek outside of me. Realizing that this world is so beautiful, and when I choose to align with the frequency of love, love meets me. Love in all its forms meets me. So that could be a loving relationship. That could be a friendship. That could be a work opportunity, right? That could be a stretch of travel. That could be something I desperately need without even realizing I desperately need it, because there's a lot less desperation these days. But if I hold the energy of, oh gosh, it'd be nice to have a new candle, right? Then a candle will arrive in the mail. It's wild. And so what I was witnessed in during that session was the antidote to scarcity was remembering my wholeness and remembering that I am the love. And I did that. I did that all by myself, right? Through listening to my soul, through trusting it, through following its call, through following what lights me up, right? And now it is far easier for me to let people go. And I don't mean let them go in like a ghosting way. I don't mean like letting them go and being angry or frustrated or disappointed. It's more letting them go in love. Like letting them go and saying, you know, love knows that this is not a match, right? So I want you to go find what love wants for you. I'll go find what love wants for me, right? So I needed to share that with you. In witnessing and being witnessed in that session, there were several people, several women that came up to me and like just wanted to hold my hand and touch me. And there was one in particular that was feeling such a lack of self-trust. And she was so, she expressed awe and pride for me, right? To coming to this place. And I know this is very vulnerable and odd to share, but I wanted to share it because my work is really in you harmonizing all the parts of you within, such that you can be that love and call in the love that you seek, whatever it is, even if that means a relationship, a romantic relationship. It's part of what I do now. And so I'm here to tell you that the antidote to lack is love. And that is you. You are the antidote. You are the medicine. You are the response. You are the wisdom. The language of love that lives within you, the energy of love that flows within you, it is you. And so the more that you worship at the altar that is you and allow that love to flow, the more you will also transcend scarcity thinking, lack thinking, come into your wholeness, your fullness, your enoughness, and let go of what is no longer for you, including the dude that you're waiting on him to text you back, including the woman who you hope chooses you, right? When I operate from a place of wholeness now, I focus on maintaining that love, holding the energy of what I desire, and all of it arrives naturally. It just like enlights from within me such that everything falls into place. And what was kind of wild and fun was at the end of the session this week, I kind of walked up to the space holder to talk to them and say thank you. And I explained, the soul and, living from the soul and soul love versus living from the ego and ego love and the differences for me. And I explain all of that in that free workshop in the description. And they said, isn't it great now? Everything just arrives. And I was like, yes, everything just arrives, right? And it stuns me sometimes how everything that's meant for me just arrives in perfect timing. I am resourced, always resourced from within. You are always resourced from within. You are whole and you are enough. And the path to realizing that you are the antidote to scarcity, you are the antidote to living in love and not lack, is to speak to your soul, to worship at the altar that is you, to express devotion to you, to choose you and hold you and soothe you through your choices. And I have a whole model for how I do this with people in that link, in that course, in the workshop in the description. So you're welcome to check it out if you're interested. Again, it's called You Are Your Soulmate. Or maybe I didn't say what it was called, but it's called You Are Your Soulmate. And that's what I heard the call to come in and tell you today. That once you realize that you are the antidote, that you are the remedy, that you are the medicine to letting in all the love, to transcending beyond the lack, then everything you seek outside of you, it naturally arrives and comes to you. But you also need to make space for it. And that means letting go of things that no longer serve you, releasing people with love who no longer are a match to you, right? Not angry, not telling people off, not making some big speech about it. Just saying, this isn't a fit. Thank you. I'm going to move on. All good, right? So that's what I heard the call to come in and say. And I'm just listening. I think that's it for this one. Thank you for tuning in to the resonance of the moment. And I do promise I will be back again very, very soon.